Focus, guys. We have a lot of news coming out here today, okay? This is one of those rare days I do 2 uploads in one day. This is the first video, and this one's around Billionaire's comments. Leon Cooperman, a very successful billionaire out there, has some very negative comments around a bubble he sees in the financial markets right now. I kind of want to get into what he sees out there and kind of give my opinion on that. So let's just get into this, guys. First, let's take a look at what happened in the markets here today. So the markets, it was kind of a lame day in the market. Let's just be honest. It was kind of a lame day. The Dow was down about 91 points. S&P 500 was down 0.03%, and the NASDAQ was down 0.04%. Pretty lame day. At one point, the Dow was down well over 300 points today, so it looked like it was going to be one of those days where maybe things could go really far south, and then we came back with some pretty good strength there. As far as, a stock that was very interesting to me today, it was Netflix. So Netflix, after hours yesterday, Netflix stock was up well over 13%, okay? Then by the time the stock market actually opened today, Netflix was up to about $380 a share, and then it just kind of kept going down, and it ended up about $364 today. That was a pretty interesting move there for Netflix, because it looked like it was going to be one of those days where, whoa, Netflix just explodes again, and Netflix shareholders just make money. And it was still a decent day, up 5%, but it wasn't that kind of day where it was up 13, 14% like it looked like it was going to be after hours, guys. So interesting day there. So let's get into this billionaire's comments. So if you don't know who Leon Cooperman is, he's basically an American billionaire investor, hedge fund manager, and he's basically got a net worth of somewhere over $3 billion, about $3.2 billion. He has about $3.5 billion in assets under management. So that's quite a bit of money there, guys. And he worked at Goldman Sachs for well over 20 years. He was he was voted the #1 portfolio strategist and the institutional investor. He spent a long time at Goldman Sachs before he started his own fund, all right? And so his comments are a little worrisome for some investors out there, okay? So billionaire Leon Cooperman advised investors on Wednesday to stay away from bonds as they are in a bubble, okay? That's strong terms there, okay? He's saying bonds right now are in a bubble, all right? You don't just kind of throw around bubble, calling different things bubbles unless you have a very strong opinion on that, okay? Especially when you're, someone that's known out there and a very popular person. Like if you're saying something's a bubble, that means it's going to get potentially really ugly. That's a big statement, okay? So he says, quote here, "My world is cash and stocks. I think bonds are the bubble, not stocks," Cooperman told CNBC's halftime report. He also noted investors should buy stocks they see as fundamentally cheap after the recent decline in equities. Cooperman's comments come after the benchmark 10-year note yield reached around 3.2% last week, the highest level since 2011. The sharp rise in rates spooked investors across the globe, with world equity markets falling sharply last week. Cooperman, the CEO of Omega Advisors, said the market can handle higher interest rates. However, as there are no signs of a recession looming, this is a quote from him. Now, the economy, if anything, is too strong, Cooperman said. The economy is on fire. The conditions that normally lead to a big decline just are not present, he says, all right? So these are some pretty big comments there. He also says, "My central view is the market will be higher than it is today at the year end," all right? So basically 2 to 3 months from now. "We are in a zone of fair value, and it's going to take a recession or a change in the Fed's posture to get us out of that," all right? So those are some pretty big comments there, all right? Now, my feelings around what he said there. First off, I don't want to attack the bond argument that he feels bonds are in a bubble. Bonds are something that I would not say I'm an expert in, or it's something I fundamentally just, oh yeah, I agree with you, Leon, it's in a bubble or something like that. It's not a financial market that I feel comfortable enough kind of giving my opinion it's a bubble. It's not a bubble, anything like that. What I will give my opinion on is, my opinion is very similar to the economy and kind of stocks that Leon Cooperman's is. We are in a fair market value. We are not in any type of bubble in the stock market right now. If you look at the PEs of companies, what they're going to be earning in 2018, a massive amount of these companies are actually at a pretty low PE based upon 2018 earnings, because it's such a strong year. And the economy is very strong right now. Rates should be rising right now, because if it's not rising right now with these type of GDP numbers coming in, with this type of unemployment, what economy do you raise rates in? So I am very much in agreement with Leon Cooperman about about the overall economy and about stocks and not being in a bubble. I just don't want to attack are bonds in a bubble or not in a bubble, but I can tell you, this guy's been around the Wall Street for a very long time. For him to come out and say bonds are a bubble, that is a very, very, very big statement, guys. I would be very worried about the overall bond market just because of that terminology. It's not like he's saying, oh, bonds are a little overpriced, oh, bonds are a little out of whack. He's saying a bubble. So I think that should give a lot of investors a lot of pause there, because once again, that's a market that he's very familiar with, that he's been in this game for decades and decades and decades. Guys, so just kind of be aware out there. But that covers my opinion on today's video. Once again, I got another video coming out in about an hour or two. We got some big Facebook news. We got some big Tesla news coming out. A lot of different stuff down there. By the way, if you want to get conference tickets, they're going to be the pinned comment down there. Make sure you get them before the end of October, basically in November. The price is going up to $4.99. Then anybody tries to get tickets last minute, right now they're $2.99. So hope to see all you guys there. Thank you for watching and have a great day.